Hello! Meet Adam. He's a biology student, and he's going to take you through collecting soil and checking it for all kinds of things. But first things first, safety. Adam needs a mask. Look at how it wraps cozily around his mouth and nose. Doesn't he look like a surgeon? Mission accomplished. Next, a lab coat. Don't forget to fully button up. Now what about his eyes? Not to worry, he's got them covered with a pair of goggles. Just one more piece of clothing before we can step into the lab to run our tests. We hope they're not too small. Now Adam can enter the lab to start his tests. Welcome to the lab. Before getting started, Adam needs his instructions for carrying out his tests. But the first thing he needs is some soil from his garden. Success! Once we have some soil, we need to keep some extra stock in case we need to test the soil again or Adam makes a mistake. Put the soil in a fridge at 4 degrees Celsius, just like your fridge at home. This stops the soil from losing water and preserves the bacteria in our sample. Good question. Your body is made up from around 37.2 trillion cells. Human cells are like the cells of other animals, plants and fungi, with membrane-bound compartments called organelles. All bacteria, however, are single-celled and have no such organelles like nuclei. They're some of the oldest life on the planet, and they're everywhere. On your skin, in your intestines and in the soil. And just as there are different species of animal and plant, there are lots of different types of bacteria too, which can produce unique chemicals. We need to check the soil for different bacteria, because they tell us about how diverse it is, and about possible new chemicals we can extract from them. But now we have our soil, and a backup just in case, we need to extract the DNA from the soil we have. To do this, Adam will measure out some soil into a white dish called a weighing boat, and pop it into a balance. Like measuring flour, but far more accurate and not for making cake, unless that cake contains soil. Notice how he keeps everything recorded in a notebook for future reference. Once done, the dish can be placed to the side. Great question. DNA is a remarkable molecule found in all living organisms. It's about 45,000 times thinner than a single human hair. If you stretched out the DNA of a single cell, you'd have around 2 meters of it. The same distance for social distancing, in fact. DNA is made from an alphabet of just 4 bases: A, T, and C and G. A pairs with T and C pairs with G. DNA can be arranged into genes that provide the blueprint for proteins, which control most of the functions in human cells and the cells of other plants, fungi, and all other life on the planet. Now, for our DNA extraction, every living thing is related to every other living thing, whether distantly, like humans and bacteria, or closely, humans and chimpanzees. We can use this relatedness to compare different orders of A, T, C, G in our DNA, and find out what species we have, without checking them under a microscope.